Hey everyone, BirdieGoBoom here. As the video mentioned earlier, I will be running a fan dub of the game 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors. To make a long story short, I completed it last fall and thought that it would be a really fun idea to do a fan dub. So, if you're interested in auditioning, you can find all the necessary rules in the video description, and also I'll be going over most of it in the video itself. Also, let me warn you that much of the information in this video and the description will contain spoilers, so please read and watch at your own discretion. Alrighty, now that that's out of the way, let's talk about some important information. 1. This is a tentative project, so if people don't audition, it won't happen. 2. As of the moment, there isn't a deadline for auditions, but this is subject to change, so please keep an eye out for any changes. 3. Casting will be done after the audition deadline. 4. Again, please beware of spoilers. I would recommend playing through the entire game before deciding to audition, but it's your call. 5. It's kind of a given, but you really need to be able to swear since that's a huge part of the actual game. Next, onto the rules. So first off, you can audition for as many characters as you would like, however, you will probably be cast as a single character, though this depends on how many people actually audition. Second, use of a voice altering program is permitted as long as you're editing your own voice. Third, read the descriptions for the characters before auditioning. It contains information about the character's personality for those who haven't played through the game, as well as what I would like the character to sound like pitch and emotion-wise. Fourth, please read all of the lines for that character with the emotion or intonation denoted within the parentheses following the line. You may read each line more than once with different inflections and emotions, so long as you do your preliminary reading with the listed intonation. Fifth, in your video, please say or otherwise denote which character's lines you're reading. Sixth, please use a good quality microphone. I really don't want to hear recordings with a great voice but a really bad microphone. 7th, please post your audition as a response to this video. It makes it much easier for me to find it. And lastly, you may re-audition as many times as you would like, and I will give pointers in the comments of any audition videos I receive. And also, depending on your audition, the quality of your mic, etc., I may recommend a redo of your audition. Now onto the characters. I'll talk about what I would like to hear for each character in regards to voice and overall emotion. However, 2 of the characters though are potentially self-cast, but you're more than welcome to audition for them. If I really like your audition, I might just cast you instead. This is not a guarantee, however, so I do suggest that you audition for more than one character. Alright, let's begin with the narrator part. If you want to audition for the narrator part, the style is really up to you, but nothing monotone or emotionless. However, do keep in mind that this game is of a serious nature. Also, this is one of the 2 characters that is a potential self-cast. Next we have Zero. In the game, Zero's voice is passed through a voice changer, so it should be cold, low, and mechanical. You must use a program to alter your voice to audition for this part. Next we have Ace, who has the deepest voice out of the group. He always maintains a sense of calm when faced with danger. As I mentioned earlier, his voice should be a deep bass, and his tone should be calm and somewhat dignified. When his personality shifts though, his voice should change to reflect that. Now we have Snake. He has the second lowest voice of the group, and he should speak in an authoritative, dignified, and calm manner. Even though Snake's voice is low, I do not want it so low that it sounds forced. In addition, anyone trying out for the part should also be able to pronounce complicated terminology. Even as a teenager, Snake should still have an authoritative and dignified aura, and his speech patterns should be similar to those of his adult counterpart. Snake's voice should be in the tenor range though, since he is still young. For Santa, I would like someone who's capable of making slang sound somewhat normal. His voice should also be relatively low, even though it's the 3rd highest in the game, so I would say somewhere in the lower tenor range. At first, his speech patterns should reflect his somewhat bad attitude, and later in the game it should become more cold and calculating. Even as a teenager, Santa is still sort of a punk. In the game he's described as being in puberty, so please make his voice a little bit higher pitched. Any lines he delivers to his sister should display the adoration that he has for her. However, lines delivered to others are usually a little bit defiant. Alright, on to Clover. Since she's graduated from high school, her voice should be slightly mature, but still kind of high. I would say maybe mezzo-soprano range, but nothing obnoxious. I imagine her to have a voice like many of the female main characters in an anime. Next we have Junpei. He has the second highest male voice in the game, so it should be somewhere in the tenor range. He makes tons of bad jokes in the actual game, so be prepared. Junpei is also the second character that is a potential self-cast. Junpei's younger counterpart only has lines in a flashback to 5th grade, so he'd be about 10 years old, which means that his voice should be young-sounding and high-pitched, but still recognizable as male. Now for June/Akane. She looks innocent, but tends to tell dirty jokes or make suggestive statements, though it's kind of hard to tell whether she knows what she's talking about or not. She's kind of random, but is determined to get off the ship without leaving anyone behind. Her voice should be somewhere in the mezzo-soprano range, and maybe even sound a little bit shy when she's not just with Junpei. She does have quite a range of emotions, and you'll need to be able to do a convincing sobbing sound or crying sound if you audition for her. The younger version of Akane should sound very innocent, and I imagine her voice to be pretty high, kind of like a younger sister type of character that you would see in a lot of anime, but not really annoying. You should be able to sound like you're sobbing and desperate, and you should also be able to sound a little bit younger than 12, since this role covers Akane when she's in 5th grade too. 7 was a cop and has the 3rd lowest voice out of the group, so I would like him to have a baritone voice that has a bit of an edge to it. For Lotus, since she looks very, well, womanly and dresses like a belly dancer, I would like her voice to be in the slightly lower female range. It should also be a little bit sultry. Now onto the 9th man. I guess that his age is somewhere between 45 and 50, so I would like an older sounding voice that's somewhat high-pitched, scratchy, raspy, and really just overall nervous. Extras 1 through 5 and Nona are the kids who participate in the first Nonary game. These kids would probably range in age from about 8 to 15, so their voices should be somewhat high-pitched, but maybe the 15-year-olds could have a little bit more of a mature voice. It'd be good to have a mix of both boys and girls. Extra number 6 is a man who drugs 7 at the docks when he's searching for the missing children during the first Nonary game. I would like him to have a deep, perhaps even gruff voice that is cold and commanding. However, this is a very small part that only has 2 lines consisting of 5 words altogether. The final part is simply the voice that gives a warning message in the incinerator. So this voice should be mechanical, but obviously female. You must use a program to alter your voice to audition for this part. Alright, so I guess that's it. If you're interested in auditioning, please make a video and post it as a video response. Thank you so much for watching.